Yo,
What's up, dog?
What's up, man?
what's the deal? I had it muted, man. My bad. What's the deal, man? Peter Parker, dog.
How are you, man?
I'm doing great. I see you got a little bit of gray in your beard coming through a little
Now
bit.
listen, just a little bit because you put the Just for Men on a little. How do you do? You know what I mean? You can clean it up. You know what I mean?
Just a little.
Yo, so the last time I saw you, right? I don't remember this. Was in Wyoming at that Kanye thing.
I remember
so
that.
I saw you were like, it was like way late at night, and we're at this table and we were talking, and Yachty was there. And I remember Ye came over, and he had been on his wave at the moment with the TMZ and everything. And I remember watching you guys talk, and now to hear where you are and to see where you are, bro, it's been a long time coming. This is what we were talking about 2 years ago. We were like, yo, you gotta kind of get through this stage, and this new music is the most resilient shit I heard from you in a long time, B.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. Yeah, I remember that night. That was such a crazy night, and it was a good time. That I really appreciate Kanye for having all of us out there like that. That was
special,
great times. But yeah, it was a time, bro. It was like sometimes things happen instantaneously. Sometimes they take time, and this was the type of album and music that I had no choice but to make because it was just on my heart, and it took it as much time as it took, and it's something I'm proud of. Is honesty, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's probably things that I compartmentalize, some things that I may be embarrassed to talk about, but it was like, one of the things while making this music is I came to the conclusion, it's like, okay, if my real life purpose is to inspire, then I'm gonna have to say things that are, uncomfortable. I may have to talk about losing a baby. I may have to talk about how I had a heart disease and, things that I didn't talk about because that's just where my heart was. That's where I was at with it, and people can relate to that and be inspired by that, then that's what it is.
Yeah, I feel like you talking about mental health stuff was really powerful. I think we're at a stage. A couple of years ago, I had a buddy of mine. We're on our way to a concert, and he grabbed me. He was like, tell me to stop being a wimp. And I said, no, like, you need to go and get help. Like, we need to figure this out. Like, the days of just being super tough and plowing through it are kind of over. It's like time to heal and keep your mental health at the priority of your life. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the only way we're gonna win, man. It's the only way we're gonna be happy. I feel like that, and I realize that is the real win. It ain't to be depressed every day coming into work or give people power over you by letting them tell you what they think of you and it affecting you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you in control of your feelings. So it's like when you give somebody that power, they could pick you apart, and you could pick anything apart, and it's all opinionated. But it's like, fuck that. It's like you got your opinion, I'm me, and it's like I got my own power. So it is what it is.
No, I love it. I gotta be real with you. I saw a couple of years ago during the bounce back era. I watched you on TV one time, and I was watching late night TV. You were doing one of the shows like Fallon or something like that. And I was watching, and I said to my wife, I was like, he's not feeling this.
I was not feeling it.
I saw your face, and I was like, you were going through the motions. You were rapping your heart out. The songs were good. People fucked with the songs. They were on the radio, but there was a moment, and I was like, oh, he's not happy. He's not happy right now. And it was tough to see somebody as resilient and, lovable as Big Sean on a stage. And then now, though, when I hear this shit, this fucking album you put out, I was like, oh, this is a process. And you went through the process. And on the other side, like I said, it's some of the best music you've ever made. I'm very excited. I want to talk about the album first.
Thank you, bro. Okay? Thank you. Yeah,
this is I'm listening.
Yeah, I know you are. You always have, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, you're right though, bro. I was burnt out, man. I was tired and I didn't know why. It's like if I'm supposed to be living out my dream and this is what I always wanted since I was 11 years old, I didn't understand why I was unhappy. Even if songs are on the radio, even if things are
success, right?
Gold and platinum and this and that, it's like what I didn't get it. And I realized that because I wasn't taking care of myself, bro, because I wasn't happy. It's not because the things I weren't doing were good or bad. It's because I wasn't happy. And I didn't realize that you really have to take care of yourself in order to take care of everything else and enjoy everything else.
Right. You mean you got a great girlfriend, you got a career, but in the reality of it, it starts with Sean. It's like you.
Yeah, and that affects everything else. That affects my relationship. That affects my relationship with my family. That affects my relationship with my music, my relationship with myself. It's like it's crazy.
Yo, the first record we heard off this new one was The Deep Reverence. And I had a close relationship with Nipsey. I know you brothers with Nipsey. Hearing a new Nipsey verse after he's passed was very special. And the song is very special. Can you talk about your relationship with Nip?
Man, me and Nip was just like, you know, we was on the Freshman 10 cover together. I met him before that. So I met him in like 08 at Howard Homecoming, and we just linked up, and we didn't always like talk to each other all the time, but we talked to each other. You know, we would text each other when we saw each other. It was all love, man. He really, he was somebody who always appreciated the relationship I had with my mom.
That's cool.
Always brought that up, like text me about like, oh, that song you did about your mom. Like he always brought that up. And, you know, that was another thing. Like the reason I'm on Nas' album is because Hit linked that up. And the reason I'm on Benny's album, it was because Hit linked that.
That's an album right there, bro. That's another one. You know what I mean? Like,
Hit linked that up. So it's like Hit linked up me and Nip too. Even though we had already been linked, but he linked us up for that song. And then it was a song that was just sitting around that never really got all the way done because for some reason I couldn't crack the verse. Like some songs, like the Nas song for Replace Me, I did on the spot. Some songs take a little bit more, and it's just like if I'm not feeling it, I can't force it. So you know, the song was already happening, and then when he died, and I was going through those motions, it gave me the inspiration to really do it and finish it. And I had the support from like, you know, his people, his family, his you know, All Money In, and just his brother and
everybody.
I was like, let me just go ahead. And I remember Dom heard it, and he was like, bro, I was like, should I even do this? Is this wrong? And Dom was like, bro, are you kidding?
Oh, go. You have to go, man. And the Hit Boy stuff, like, started with you, and then he goes and does the Nas album. He does the Benny album. The production is incredible on this thing. The features, I mean, all your friends, everybody. You got the Friday Night Cypher, which is really cool because you're still putting on for the D, which I appreciate.
Yeah, for
you know what I mean? Like,
have to.
Have to. You know what I mean? What's up with this Freddie Gibbs thing you got coming out this week?
Oh yeah, Four Things. It's a fire song, man. We just went in the studio and had fun. That's another, like, we was on the Freshman 10 cover too. Me, Nick, Freddie, Gibbs.
Yeah.
You know, we was all on there, and me and Gibbs, we was always cool, but we wasn't tight until now. That's like my dog. Because again, he was working with Hit. And when we linked up, you know, it's like my homie, man. And we just went in there. Hit Boy threw the beat on. He was like, y'all do a song to this right now. Like, we was just
let's go. Yeah, let's go ahead. But Hit Boy shit is so good because it sounds old and new at the same time. It's like classic feel, but it's so modern.
Well, it has authenticity to it. It has a texture, you know?
Yes.
And that's what Hit Boy is. Hit Boy he's from a certain era and from this era too. So his beats kind of resemble both. You know what I mean?
Fire.
Yeah. He's to me, he's the greatest. I think he's going down as one of the greatest. I mean, probably the greatest. Let me think. The greatest hip hop producer. I think Hit Boy may go down as the greatest when it's all said and done. I'm telling you,
like a goat, like a real goat.
I think so, man. Because when you look back at what all he's done, from you know, Niggas in Paris to to all the stuff, to Backseat Freestyle, to
right
things, and then I don't think he is yet necessarily. Maybe he is. You know, I think
he's a beast.
I think he's the greatest because, you know, I believe in him that much. But when I'm saying, like, when it's all said and done, I think he's gonna work that hard to be the greatest of all time.
This year, he proved like he really carved out an identity this year, I think, too. And it started with you and your project. I was like, that was there. Then boom, the Benny thing's been great. So Hit linked that up. He was like, you need to come with the Benny project. Hit made that happen.
I mean, what happened was he works at the studio he works at. It just gets so much traffic. So it's like, I'm usually somebody who, like, I'm at my crib right now. I be recording at my studio at my house. Like, I had Jack Harlow over here last night, and we did something for his album. And like, that's how I work. I usually have it like just like at my house, but with Hit, it's like he'll be like, man, come to the studio. I come to the studio. I run into Benny the Butcher in the next room. I run into Nas. I run into all these people. So it's like he just links it up, and like it's great though. You know, it's something that
it's amazing,
and it's meant to happen. You know, like
it's good for the culture, man. It's really good for what's happening. 2020, I put producer of the year, hands down. Hands down.
For sure.
Hands down. All right, man. This has been amazing. I'm excited for you and the stage of your life that you're in and the music that you're making. We need more Big Sean, and I think you're gonna deliver, bro. I think you're here.
Yeah, I'm not about to take no more hiatuses like that. I'm about to just keep going as much as I can and, you know, balance my life out. And dog, I appreciate that. I'm gonna keep doing my part, man. And thank you for listening, bro. Thank you for being one of the people who, you know, I don't take that for granted, you know.
Dude, I remember one time we were in DC and we were having a good conversation like this in the studio. And my boss walked in and he was like, "Oh, you know, how you doing, Sean?" And he's like, "Oh man, I'm hanging out with Peter. We're having a good time." And he was like sarcastically, he's like, yeah, everybody loves Peter. And you were like, "No, Peter actually listens to my music and cares about what's going on in my career." And he was like, "Oh." I was like, yeah, word up. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true, you know, and I appreciate that, bro.
I never forgot those moments, man. Never forgot that stuff.
Yeah, me either, man. So keep up the great work, man. You deserve it all, man. So I hope you having a good time. I hope you're with your family, and you know, and keep listening and keep being one of those people who authentically cares, man, because that goes further than you even know.
Yeah, and to wrap it up, you know, the mental health stuff I can relate to. The sacrifices we make in the entertainment game and the things you do traveling and the stuff that you give, the amount that you have to give can be daunting. And keep being a leader in that. I'm trying to get myself to like, help with the more, like my man Royce White locally from used to work playing the NBA, doing mental health stuff out here in Minnesota. And just, it's big, man. It's big.
Yeah, I can't wait to man. Minnesota, man. Be cool. Bundle up this winter. It's gonna be cold. I know in Minnesota.
It's already December. It's like, you fucking kidding me?
I know.
Yo, be good. I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right, bro. Peace.
Later, bro.